But speaking of like other changes that YouTube has made,
Oh yeah, now the dust has settled on the dislike thing.
yeah. So like, has dislikes been removed? I'm very confused because I can still see them on my channel.
It's a slow
on
process.
your channel, yeah.
Yeah.
Not on anyone else's.
Yeah, on anyone else's channel though, it should be completely gone.
No, I can still see it on videos. I think. Let me check. Let me check right now.
I know that.
Opium, bro.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's gone!
Yeah.
No, literally, I was literally.
It's been like that for days.
No. I literally looked at fucking videos yesterday, and I was just like, when is the dislike channel go? When is the dislikes going?
It was like, it's getting like slowly implemented, I think. So not all channel owners can see it, but like at least with your own content, you can still see your dislikes, which goes completely against the argument that YouTube made as to why they wanted to get rid of the dislikes. Because I remember I made a video on a second channel, and one of the YouTube's reasonings for getting rid of the dislike button was that like, oh, it you know, if you see dislikes on your videos, it discourages smaller creators, you know, like perhaps, you know, they're getting dislike bombed, perhaps they're getting bullied, and no one likes to see a bunch of dislikes. Yet you can still see dislikes on your own videos. So what the fuck?
You know, I'm just glad they're standing up for the small creators, all 2 of them or something that exists on the entire platform of YouTube that have ever complained about this. Because like, I was talking to this with a bunch of other YouTubers, and I asked them, do you know a single creator in your field that has ever complained about disliked bombs, like whatever size?
Yeah.
And not a single person I know has ever been like a target of dislike bombs to the point where it actually actively ruins their channel.
Yeah.
You know,
Have you ever received a lot of dislikes?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I feel me and Gant make more opinionated videos than you, right? So, you know, obviously there are some opinions I've said in the past that people weren't very happy with.
I've never really had a lot of dislikes on one video. I've had some videos that didn't do as well.
Well, what do you classify as a lot of dislikes?
More than...
Like 10%?
Yeah, 10% is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've had a few videos, but not that much.
I don't have that much. Most of it is like the more controversial opinion videos.
Yeah.
But in general,
or people who didn't like watch the video up until the end.
10%, I
think the only one was the
Christian one. Right? Yeah.
Understandable. But
everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah. But no, I've had a few where it's like you know, when I look back on those videos or like how I presented them, I can see why they got dislike bombed, and I don't really blame them for it. Yeah. I guess like I remember like I think one that really blew up recently that got quite a few dislikes. I think it is like 9-1. Is it's an old Let's Fight episode where the title of it is Berserk is not a masterpiece. I think.
Just like,
and it's like right now I think it's at like 10 or 15% dislike, and it only blew up after Mira Sensei's passing, right? Because obviously people were searching up Berserk and all that, and obviously if you watch the video, I argue against that.
You'd know that Joey is like the biggest Berserk simp.
Yeah, like,
ever.
That was the title. I used that because that was one of the opinions I got, and I fought against it. But clearly, people, you know, don't watch it all the way through or up to that point, so they just see the title and they think, oh, this guy hates Berserk. Dislike.
In some ways, I personally like the dislike button, but in other ways, I think it doesn't really do anything and it doesn't serve. The only
Have you ever actively disliked the video?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, but here's the problem, right?
For what reason?
But this is the problem, right? Yeah. There's no agreed upon consensus on when you dislike.
Right.
It's you could dislike because you disagree with the opinion. Yeah. You could dislike because you didn't enjoy the video as much as another one. You could dislike because you just don't like the person. Yeah. I feel like it's the dislike, although is sometimes helpful on a tutorial. Yes, it's very black and white. Is the tutorial not good? Dislike. Yeah. Right. But when it comes to like your videos, I feel like the dislike bar doesn't serve the same purpose as it does on a tutorial where information is actually important.
I think it serves a purpose when you know, like, you really fucked up, you know?
Again,
Or you've like purposely made like a very controversial opinion.
Yeah, and the more I think about it, the more I think, in some ways the dislike and like bar is fucking useless. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't, with 99% of videos, I think it is completely useless. And only with tutorials and knowing when you fucked up. That's literally the only two reasons.
Well, I mean, there is also some catharsis to being able to dislike a video and just like sometimes you see a video and it's so outrageous and you want to know that you're not the only fucking person who thinks that this video is this is a shitty video or something. Right. And you go to the dislike bar and you're like, thank God I'm not the only one. You know, there is some catharsis. It's like going onto a video and seeing comments are disabled. And I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, but that's way
no balls.
Like the like and dislike bar is like nothing. It's the comments that matter, I think. And when the comments are disabled, I get way more annoyed.
Right. Like to me, it's like I don't mind if you disagree with an opinion I make on a video, but I would much rather you leave a comment explaining why you dislike it or why you are against whatever I said in that video, rather than just like leaving a dislike. Because again, as you said, a dislike can mean a million different things.
Because you know, sometimes people will be like, "This video wasn't as good as another one." Does that mean that person disliked it? And is that like fair? Because if I didn't like a video that someone made, or I liked another one more, I wouldn't personally dislike.
No,
but that's how I do it, right?
Yeah.
So, to me, trying to like extrapolate any information from this random just metric that doesn't mean shit, like it doesn't help me. Like when I see a video that has 99.9% likes, I'm like, okay. Now I see a video with 99.8% likes. I'm like, what's the difference here? Did it get just more likes than previously, or like less dislikes? I don't really understand.
I've
no,
never.
But I mean, like, I think it is useful not in like the small percentages, but in like the large percentages, right? Because most videos on YouTube should have like an above 90% like ratio, like to dislike.
Well,
ratio.
I think it's actually 99 is like is like normally good. 95 is where you're getting to like, all right, you maybe have said something like a little bad. If it's 10%, if you have 9-to-1 ratio, you've probably fucked up.
Oh no, you haven't fucked up. You've just pissed off. My experience is you've probably pissed off a certain
group,
a certain community or a certain group, you know. And then you get to like the 50%, and that's when you know that something big has like.
Well, yeah, because your core audience will always like. That's, I mean, that's really.
But that doesn't necessarily like, for example, like, you know, a channel I like to watch a lot is Needle Drop, who does like a lot of music reviews, right?
Yeah.
He's had a couple of recent, before the dislikes disappeared, he's had a couple of videos that were like, you know, 40% likes.
Yeah.
But it was still like a good video. It was just the thing, his opinion about it obviously didn't, you know, coincide with the general public about it.
Right. So, but like, what does that, as a viewer, what do I then gather from that video? Like,
I'm like, is this a bad video?
Yeah. Does he say something that's flat out wrong? Does he say something that a lot of people just don't agree with? Like, it doesn't really tell you anything in that situation.
It's a mixture of all those, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you have to go down into the comments after that to be like, okay, what is the reasoning behind this massive dislike?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but like, I feel like YouTube removing this way for viewers to express themselves or like the distaste of a video, they're going to find other ways to express their distaste towards a video. Well, yeah. Like, I'm sure like ratioing is just it's going to now be a fucking thing in the YouTube sphere now.
As if it wasn't already fucking annoying on Twitter,
I can't wait till like comments to like ratio YouTube videos now, because that's what's going to happen. You know,
viewers always find audiences always find a way to show their dislike.
Yeah, it's either the YouTube comments are going to get more toxic, or other social media platforms that particular YouTuber is known to be on is going to get more toxic.
Because like the biggest thing that annoys me is, you know, the tutorials and stuff, because that, you know, you are very much removing an easy way to discern whether a tutorial is right or whether a certain video is right. Because let's say you upload a shitty tutorial or you upload a scam, right? You disable comments, but likes and dislikes are still available, are still up in the open. So you're kind of just like, you're just kind of like taking a risk on whether you should listen to them, right? Because you don't know how many people disable.
But also, likes are very easy to manipulate as well. Like, that's another thing.
Well, but like I would argue
at a smaller level.
Yeah, but I would argue that now that you can't even see the dislikes anymore, there's not even point of like disabling likes and dislikes anymore, right? Because it's just in a constant disabled state, right? Because it's like you can only say for example, there was a scam video.
Yeah.
If they disable the comments, now what's the only thing you can see is the likes. It's like,
I mean,
you can't do anything about that.
Because like I think YouTube were trying to go with something similar to what Instagram did with their likes, about making like likes not public except for the poster. And like for Instagram, I get it for that. You know, for that platform, I think it made sense because
they reverted it. They reverted it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wait, when?
I can see all the likes. Yeah, they reverted it.
Yeah, they reverted it.
Yeah, they reverted it.
Since how long?
Like a long time now.
Holy shit. Okay.
Well, you still under the impression that was...
Yeah.
Well, we can see how often Grant goes onto his Instagram.
It's no big secret that I don't go on Instagram, so I guess my point is now mute. Well, fuck. I'm glad you guys stopped me before I was going to start spewing a lot of bullshit.
They're still not showing.
No, they show up for me.
They show up for me.
Yeah.
It's here. The number.
Yeah, they show up for me.
Yeah.
I think they might be slowly rolling it back out, or you have to like
there must
maybe
be
opt
data
into it or
just...
something. I don't know, but
see?
Okay,
there must be data that on their end, right? That like says, hey, you know, when people see likes, it's good for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. I can only
Probably,
speculate.
probably if people can see, like, it just keeps them on the platform because viewers want to feel like they're having some, like they can contribute in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Well,
they want to see a metric, and they want to see that metric go up.
with the YouTube one, the main speculation was that brands weren't happy with the dislike bar.
Yeah.
Now, in some ways, I feel like that's too easy of an explanation.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube in the past hasn't. I don't think they've been that catering of brands. I don't know if I could be wrong here. I feel like they must have some data that backs up that removing dislikes will lead to better viewers or something.
Yeah,
They
I
must,
mean,
because there's no way that YouTube team seems too selfish to do something for brands. It seems like it just happens to be.
No, so the YouTube creators channel on YouTube made a video. It was like a 3-minute video that was like very concise, saying why they're removing it.
Yeah.
Was it the dude who's like is that the one that the guy's like sitting there? Being
The guy's just like sitting there being like, this is the reason why we're going to do it nice and quick. You know, I give him props for that. At least it wasn't like a fucking 30-minute explanation video.
Yeah.
But like they gave
it's
a
not
number
fucking like Nikocado avocado.
Yeah, exactly. It was nice and concise, which is nice. But one of the reasons they gave was like, oh yeah, we saw a metric that we tested upon millions of users. Don't know how true that is. That apparently the amount of dislikes does not change the watch time of that video.
I believe that.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, of course.
I'd argue
that's not a reason though to get rid of it.
Increase with dislikes.
Yeah, exactly. Because I argued being like, well, yeah, what if you're watching like an apology video that's like 40 minutes long, right? I'm sure there's a shitload of dislikes on it, but people want to see it until the end.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube has one priority. It's making people watch longer.
Yeah.
So there must be some evidence to prove that
I did
getting rid of it makes people watch longer.
I did find it funny though that the last point they gave, there was like, and the last question is, did we get rid of the dislike button because of YouTube Rewind? They brought that point up. And dude, I've never seen a guy say no with such copium in my life. Like, he was like, no. You could see the copium in his eyes.
You could see how many times he had to film that to like sound genuine, to like get the most genuine take that he could. Because he knew like people were going to be watching this under a microscope at like 0.25 speed or something to be like, well, the inflection in his voice kind of leads me to believe that YouTube made him say
I heard
that.
a slight vibrato in his voice, meaning he is about to start crying at any minute.
Man, I just wish they would tell us the truth and give us some data, but they're not going to do that. Why would they?
No. I mean, what not annoyed me, but the way really made me suspicious was the way they framed it to like, we're doing you guys a favor.
Yeah,
you asked for this.
No, don't thank us later. Please hold the applause. But we are helping you for your mental health, and it's just like literally no creator I have talked to or ever heard of like ask YouTube to do this, and they framed it in a way that they're doing it for the creators.
Have you ever seen a YouTube creator make a video in front of their camera going, guys, my mental health is deteriorating from all these dislikes I'm getting, man. Fuck. Like, no, of course not. It's the fucking algorithm that's like demanding YouTubers to not take a break.
It's the one time a corporation has said, don't worry guys, we've heard you. And the audience didn't actually say anything.
Like, we have been silent. You've had tape on our mouths for the entire time. Like, we can't say anything.
That's true. But yeah, guys, we're gonna help you guys out here.
Yeah.
What?
I was like, no, what?
Hold on.
I don't even know why I'm here, dude.
It's literally I've saved the day, but you haven't done anything. And they just leave.
You're welcome. See ya.
My God.